This video is brought to you by Roll for Combat, an official Paizo actual play podcast. Join Acheron, Hap, Alhara, Riley, Darius, and the entire Circus of Wayward Wonders as they save the Starstone Isles from the dreaded extinction curse. Listen now to 3-Ring Adventure at rollforcombat.com. Hey everybody, Dave here with another Pathfinder rule reminder for you. And today's question is, can a character use their reaction before their first turn in the first round of a combat? And the answer to that is maybe. It depends, and by raw, it is entirely up to the GM whether or not they will allow a character to do that. So the concern here is basically that at the start of every turn, characters receive 3 actions and 1 reaction that work like currency that they can spend to do all the things they want to do. So this question comes up because if you are, say, the 4th or 5th person in the line of the initiative order, and somebody is 1, 2, or 3 in that initiative order does something that triggers your attack of opportunity or any other reactions you have, can you do that on the very first round before you've received your first reaction currency to spend to do reactions? So the core rules in 2nd edition say that it's completely up to the GM to determine whether or not you can use a reaction before your first turn in a combat encounter. And the way I read that is that if you are prepared and you're expecting combat, you're seeing your enemy, you've got your shield up, your sword out, then you should probably be allowed to take a reaction if it is triggered before your first turn in that combat arrives. But if you're taken completely by surprise and you're not expecting any kind of danger, or somebody jumps out and their initiative rolls are much higher than yours, then you're not prepared for that combat, therefore you probably wouldn't be able to take any reactions, and you would just have to wait until your first turn comes around before you get your 3 actions and your reaction to spend. Now, this does raise the question of, well, what if my GM says that it's okay for me to have a reaction before my first turn in the encounter? Is that an extra reaction, or am I just getting my first reaction a little sooner? So in other words, if I'm 5th in the line of initiative order and somebody on initiative 3 does something that triggers my reaction, can I spend a reaction and then get my reaction back at the start of my first turn? Or in that case, am I just getting my first reaction sooner and I would have to wait until the 2nd round before I receive a new reaction to be used? There's nothing in the rules that says that if the GM allows you to use a reaction before your first turn of combat, that you wouldn't receive another reaction then. So I believe the intent here is that if you were to be able to take a reaction before your first turn, then when your first turn comes around, you would get all 3 of your actions and another reaction again at that time, just like normal. In fact, the way I think of this is the second initiative is rolled, everybody gets 1 reaction, unless they're taken by surprise. But that's not rules as written. That's just the way I view things. So that's it in a nutshell. Can you do a reaction before your first turn in combat? Yes, if the GM allows you to, and if you do so, you will get your reaction back at the start of your first turn, just like any other turn. If you have any suggestions for future rule reminders, please leave those in the comments. And as always, I want to make sure I take a moment just to thank everybody out there who supports me, whether it's through leaving a comment, sharing the videos with your friends, subscribing to the channel, hitting the like button, subscribing to the Patreon. It all adds up, and I greatly appreciate everything the community does to support me. With that, thanks for watching, take care, and happy gaming.